Guys, welcome back to my channel, Fast Hands Gaming. I'm your boy Fast. So today we're going to do something a little bit different on this video. We're going to kind of cover two topics that are kind of intertwined together. Mainly what we're going to be talking about is free-to-play versus pay-to-win and Enule. Obviously everyone knows that who Enule is at this point, and unless you've been sleeping underneath a rock, you also know that she is bonkers. She's not just bonkers, she's broken, she's god tier. She is officially higher than Xavier in what you want to build, higher than any other hero in the game. Especially at 13 star, because she just simply devastates teams. The joke is now, as pretty much in Guild Wars, it's Enule versus Enule. If you don't have this hero, pretty much you lose. The only way to beat this hero is to have this hero. It's another Enule. And now, that being said, she is obviously currently able to be bought. You can get 2 copies for basically $200. And then also, if you have 20k gems, you could go ahead and buy 100 Titan Souls, Elder Titan Souls, to get her when the shop resets, if she's available. So that's 3 guaranteed copies. Mind you, you need a lot. You need 7, 8, 9, 10 copies to take her to 13 star. So here's the dilemma. Is this hero being so broken, but costing people so much money to build? Obviously, you have to be a whale to be able to really benefit her right off the bat. You can get her free to play, but it's going to take you a lot longer. So that's the big dilemma I feel in this game right now, is there's so much, I'm not going to say hatred, but there's a lot of animosity between those who are free to play and pay to win. Now, even in some of my videos, people are like, oh, he's just pay to win. Well, first off, let's cover pay to win. You're paying to win, and you're dropping your money. Obviously, if you can afford to drop money on something that you enjoy, realistically, there should be no problem with that. You know, I like games, so obviously I will drop money on games that I like. You also show support to the game that you enjoy playing, and that goes for any game. Now, in this case, most people at the moment are all going in, if they can, on this one hero, making them basically top tier players. Now, if you can afford to do that, congratulations. You officially have basically the best hero in the game, and it'll be really hard to beat you. That also being said, you're also going to pull hatred from a lot of players, because obviously they can't beat you. So in that sense, where do we draw the line when it comes to pay to win? How much, basically, this hero is so broken. Is it really fair to have put her in the game as she was, and then basically make it so that players who can spend money can instantly get her, and then to be god tier for the longest time? Like, again, free-to-play players, you can build her. It'll just take you a long time. Obviously, you got to try to get it in the tree event, relic event from the ancient tree. You have to buy it from the shop. You have to hope, and I mean really hope, in summon event that you pull a copy, which is, it can happen, but it's rare for light and darks. So anyone can build this hero, but obviously pay to win, they're going to get to it a lot faster. Problem now also is, with her being so broken and pay to win, obviously the free-to-play players are saying she needs to be nerfed. So where in that sense is we draw the line as well? They just, all these people just dropped all this money on this hero, thousands of dollars, and then just to have, because other players can't get it, and they don't like the fact that other players have it, they have decided that they wanted it to be nerfed because it obviously affects the game. So, again, this is more for me getting my thoughts out there to you guys, and for you guys kind of bring up conversations. Ask me questions, ask the dev team, make conversations with players. That's what this video is about. I know that when I first started playing this game, I loved it because it was so free to play. You could build a team, you could do really well, and you didn't have to drop a lot of money, if not any money. Now, any game or any company obviously wants to make money. So there shouldn't be any real problem at the end of the day for players who are free to play with people who are pay to win, in my opinion, because guess what? Those pay to win players are supporting the game that you like, and the fact that, and then making it so that the game can last. Now, when I first started, yes, true, there was different development team and whatnot, but now we have a new team, and obviously they're pushing harder and harder on some heroes. Obviously, the Dora/DD and Enule. Charon was a flop. Renak came out the same time as Enule, and yeah, while they say it's in the link, you don't need him for the link. She's good on her own. So they hit and miss some of these heroes, but obviously now they're getting to the point where if they're going to push really strong heroes, obviously pay-to-win players are going to continue to dominate, making it harder for free-to-play. But here's the thing. Pay-to-win players will only stay in the game for as long until they get bored too. I had a friend named Curse, and I'm sure a lot of you know him. He played this game. He dropped, by the time he left, mind you, he, at the very end of him playing, was building 3 teams for 3v3, all light and dark. He dropped, from what the screenshots he showed me, roughly about 50K on this game. And that's a matter of months, not years, like some of us have been playing, months, and then very few months. And he was OP. No one could really beat him, but then he was picked on by some of the players on his team because he was dropping so much money. I think pay-to-win players are always going to be in every game, and I have no problem with them. They have the money. They obviously want to have fun as well. And realistically, if you're a free-to-play player, can you deep down in your soul say that if you didn't have the money, you wouldn't have bought this hero? Because I know I would have bought Enule. But in the back of my mind, her being so broken, and while I do want her, I think she'll get nerfed. And that could be months down the road, but $200 is a lot to drop on a hero that could be nerfed. And then, should she be nerfed? A lot of players think so, but again, when you're spending so much money on a hero, you don't really want to, that's an asset. You don't really want to spend money on an asset just to have it be taken away. And free-to-play players really think about it. If you had dropped the money on this hero and you were winning, would you really want her to be nerfed? Realistically? But yeah, so that's where the problem is where do we draw the line? And I would like to point out, free-to-play and pay-to-win both want PvE content. You shouldn't be worried about what pay-to-win players do unless you're worried about PvP, which is the arena. So if you don't care about the arena, no one should care about what a person builds or plays. Because everyone wants PvE content, you don't have to face other players. So you can have a really good team and not worry about Enule. Obviously, PvP and in Guild Wars, yeah, you have to worry about it. So that's where the difference is. PvP and Guild Wars is the only place, in my mind, that free-to-play players should be anywhere you're upset with pay-to-win players. And obviously, pay-to-win players have fun. If you've got the money and you want to spend on the game, in my mind, spend it on the game. But be aware, again, where do we all, as a community, draw the line on what's too far for a hero? Should a hero be able to, one hero, take on a full team of 13-star heroes? Probably not. Hence why Enule is so broken. But people have spent the money on her. Obviously, the game has made probably a good amount of money on her alone, and were smart to make her. But now they have also put themselves in a spot where if they nerf her, you're going to lose the whales. And the whales are what support the game and keep the game going, because obviously the free-to-play players are upset with the lack of PvE content. So there's all these things that are starting to come together in the game, and we all have to start thinking about where we want to be in this game. I still love the game. I still like it, and I'm still perfectly happy with just PvP. Yeah, sure, some PvE content would be nice, but I've always been focused on player versus player content, personally. So it comes down to what you want in the game, and does it really upset you that if you're not worried about PvP content, or you're not necessarily in a top guild, do you really care if players are using Enule? So anyway, guys, this is lots of food for thought. Think about it, discuss it. We've got Discord. Come on Discord, talk about it. Let's all kind of get together, because obviously something has to change in the game. We all have to either change how we think, or be more willing to accept other players how they want to play. And that's I mean, this goes beyond. This is a big rabbit hole. I mean, this goes on into real world. Obviously, people who have money to buy things that poorer people can't. Blah blah blah. It's a big wormhole. But anyway, guys, I hope I was able to give you guys some more food for thought. Like I said, help you guys make some decisions about what you want in the game. And I'll catch you next time.